Hello there, Rosmeister. It's Crackalackin. So, in this video, I'm going to be going over one of the workouts that I posted to you earlier in the week, but I didn't manage to make a video for it. This workout is similar to that. I've just made a slight alteration to it. But if you've already done that workout and this is a bit too similar for your liking, just pop me a message, let me know, and I'll be able to get you something else sorted out. But I think you're going to like this workout because there is one or two exercises in there that I think I've added onto it. So, the first movements that we're going to be going through is the Superband hip thrust and some V sit-ups as well. So all you want to do is, you'll know about this one, is you just want to get your first band, you're going to put it just below your knee because we're going to be doing a Superband hip thrust and abduction, my bad. You get your other band, whack them across your waist, whack them underneath each heel, and then after that is all sorted, you're going to be pulling them across your hips, going straight up and then knees out at the top, up, knees out at the top. After that, when we get into your V sit-ups, they're the ones where we go from a long shape to a small shape and sit right up onto your butt. So out there, all stretched out, throw the arms down, bring the knees up. If you want to have somewhere to aim your hands when you're throwing up, I try and throw them behind my legs. It's a nice little point to be able to grab onto. The next part that we get onto is the slider squat and some dead bugs. So the slider squat is a great movement that I'm looking forward to going through you with. And I apologise, by the way, I don't know if you can see that I've got slightly muddy pants in that video. Just taking the dogs out for a big muddy walk. So, you're going to want to have a floor where there's like a slippy surface. So either you might be on a carpet and underneath one of your feet, you could use a slider. I've got a slider here, but you can also use like the lid of a Tupperware tub. Or if you're on like a laminate flooring, you could use like a towel or something like that, and that should work out fine for doing this. If you get slippy on the floor, you might actually just be able to use your socks for it and that'll be okay. But you're going to want to grab onto an object, so you want to get yourself like a chair or something sturdy in front of you. You're going to put one foot on the slidey surface, and with that other foot, we're basically going to be doing a single-legged type squat. It's going to look something like this. And how we set up for the movement is first you want to get your stance fairly wide. You grab hold of your object, you're going to lean your weight over the foot that we're going to be working, and you want to have that foot slightly turned out. From there, you're going to bend your knee to be over your toe. You're going to make sure the shoulder stays over your knee. And then you're going to back your hip up a little bit. So it's like we're breaking into the start of a squat. And then from here, all I'm going to do is drop my weight down, trying to keep it over this knee. Let that foot there slide out. And then after it came down about halfway, we don't want to go quite as deep as your normal squats. It's just very difficult to start off with. But you're going to come down about halfway. And then you're going to focus on driving your big toe into the floor and pushing this knee towards the outside wall. So that knee stays out as I kind of drag myself back into place. Keep the weight over, slide down with the squat, grab hold of your object, push yourself straight up. If you need to use a little bit of your own strength from your arms to help assist you a little bit in this exercise, it is okay because it's a super difficult movement to go through. But we're going to be looking at doing anything between about 5 and 10 reps of this, but even if you just start off at sets of 5, honestly, that's super good. You should notice that when you do these, that you get hit on the inside of your legs a lot more doing this exercise than a traditional squat. But you should kind of feel like it's quads, the inside of your leg, which is your adductors, and the glutes get plenty of work when you're doing this movement. So after that, you want to get into some dead bugs, which is the abs variation, where we extend one leg at the same time as the opposite arm. So you lie down, get all your 4 limbs up into the air, you want bent knees, and you're going to extend, for instance, the left leg at the same time as the right arm until they come fully stretched out, and then bring them back in, swap over to the other side. We've been looking at doing that for up to 20 repetitions, and if doing 20 repetitions of that with body weight is nice and easy for you, even at a nice slow controlled pace, you can increase the resistance by holding a band and having it being anchored to the ground. So I've got a red band right there that's fed behind that door. All I want to do is lay myself on down, a couple of feet away from the band. I want to pull the band out so that all the slack is taken out of the band, and this means that my shoulders and my rib cage have to work harder at keeping that sit-up position. So they're going to get pulled right out, I'm going to hold on to there, and then I'm just going to work on extending one leg at a time. The main aim being making sure that no bend comes in that lower back at any point. 20 repetitions with a good bit of resistance on the band is quite difficult to get through, so yeah. After that, we want to get into some lateral leg raises and some Teres minor pull aparts. So your lateral leg raise is one that you'll be familiar with. It's just where we're laying you onto your sides, band around the ankles, 80s catalog pose, and raising that leg straight up towards the sky, up to about 35 to 45 degrees in the air. Keeping it nice, slow and controlled. Don't bring the feet back together at the bottom. just work yourself up to a good strength of band, and we're looking at doing anything between about 10 and 15 repetitions with that. And then the Teres minor pull apart will be one that you're familiar with as well. That is just where we grab hold of one of these bands, or it can be one of the little glute bands, elbows into the sides, shoulders pulled back and down, and we're going to pull that band right apart and let the elbows come apart at the end there as well. So initially try and keep your elbows tucked into the sides. As you're pulling the band apart, let those elbows drift out until the band comes right across yourself. And we're going to be looking at doing between about 10 and 15 repetitions on that. And then the very last one, if you do want to do a little bit more, the icing on the cake can be a nice little burner for the quads. We can do some banded leg extensions. What you want to do with these is the same setup as we have with the Deadbugs. You want to have a band that's anchored underneath the door. You're going to get your chair, whack it directly over the mid part of the band, put it against the door, bring the band out. And what you want to do is you want to put your foot through the band and then do a little loop at the end of the band. So just twist the end of the band, make a little loop, and then wrap that bit round underneath the balls of your toes. You then want to get yourself a couple of books or something like a tissue roll, and you want to prop this leg up by about 4 to 6 inches. So if I'm propping that leg up, now my leg is at an angle, and then when I bring my leg up to extend it, that band, the curve the band now follows, is really, really good. So when I'm bringing it up, the band's resistance is increasing, and I'm getting a nice big contraction in the quads there. And I can do this for anything up to about 20 repetitions at a time. Quite good to build up with stronger bands doing that exercise. It is awesome. And if you want a little bit more of a burn, then you can just hold that last rep at the end for up to 30 seconds at a time. So yeah, going through everything again, that Superband hip thrusts and abductions, we want like 3 sets of up to 20 reps with them. V-sit-ups, we want 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps with them. Slider squats, we want 3 sets of 5 to 10 with them. Deadbugs, 3 sets of up to 20 repetitions. Lateral leg raises, 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. Teres minor pull apart, 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. And then leg extensions as a bonus for up to 3 sets of 20 repetitions. So yeah, enjoy amigo. Peace out.